FormFirst teaches fundamentals and ideal form for over 40 basic movements. And we're all about, through repetition, getting closer to that ideal form when you exercise. Tell us, from the medical perspective, why is good form important?
I think of two things. One is injury, prevention of injury, and two is gains, or getting the result. I think about a lot of these power lifters. I know part of this is out of CrossFit. Powerlifting, the chance you're going to get, your risk for osteoarthritis, wear and tear on your joints, goes up 7 to 9 times.
Wow.
By doing that stuff. So from the doctor perspective, especially if you're lifting heavy and you're doing high intensity, which is one of your principles, it's not a matter of if you're going to get hurt, it's when are you going to get hurt. So it makes good form all the more important, that you're doing it right, that you're doing the correct, I think about shoulders a lot, or hips, knees, back, so many of these joints, especially with these compound movements, that you're doing it right so that you don't get hurt, I've been hurt myself. I have terrible shoulders from wrestling. I wrestled in high school. Did you know that?
I knew that. Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
And there were so many times I would never go on my back. Well, I didn't know that they put these half Nelsons in. It's just tearing up my shoulders. And now if I lift too heavy with my shoulders, these will hurt for a little bit. So adjust my form, do different, lighten up the weight, adjust it, because I don't want to tear up my shoulders anymore. But the second thing is gains. And I've just learned this now working out with a bodybuilder that competed in Mr. Olympia. The guy's legit. He just knows all these subtle little tweaks in form, and it's not with a lot of weight. But I'm thinking about even the way that I was doing dips, right? Even the way that I did dips, he's like, no, tuck your elbows in, do here, squeeze, just these subtle little things. And it's not about I'm gonna crank out 40 or whatever these. It's no. Do 10 good ones. We'll see how, maybe 5 more. And I remember my arms were sore for a week, and I was like, wow, the right form, even with lower weight, and you can get a much better result and gains. It's incredible.
It is incredible. I just experienced this literally yesterday. I've been doing push-ups my whole life. I'm actually proud of how many push-ups I can do.
How many push-ups
unbroken.
can you do?
Pretty good. We don't want the whole audience to get on that. But no, I can do about 50 push-ups in a row, and then one of my coaches came in and is like, you realize your form's off. And I'm like, what? I've been doing push-ups my whole life.
You're the form guy.
I'm the form guy. And he's like, no, your hips are too high. He took a little picture, he showed me, and then he adjusted it.
Were you sticking your butt up too high, or what was
my butt was up a little too high, and then when he corrected it, immediately I felt it was harder, and I felt a better workout, and I could do fewer reps, but the reps I did were quality. Now, look, you talked about power lifters, you talked about this bodybuilder, but we're a brand for the everyday athlete who's trying to get healthy, who's trying to lose weight, trying to gain some muscle, look good, live longer, stay out of injury.
I like all that. The doctor in me likes all of that.
Right. So help us understand, for the everyday athlete, why does form matter?
Well, it's still the same principle. If you've got only so much time, you want to be as efficient with your time. You want to be getting all of the workout and the gain and the whatever from your push-up. If you're going to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever of push-ups, you might as well maximize that by doing it right than doing 10 minutes of crappy push-ups. I'd say it's the same thing, because you don't want to get hurt and because you want to, maximize your efficiency and your gains.
Yeah, and I think that's sometimes the everyday athlete thinks, oh, all those getting perfect form, that's for that future Olympian, that professional athlete. And what I hear you saying is that's actually not the case, that we all can benefit from better form. And if we want to see results, if we want to stay safe and healthy, we do need to understand how these movements work. We can't just mimic something we see on TV.
Well, and I think about it, all of us are in this for the long haul, right? Decades, 20, 30, 40 years. If you're going to do this stuff over the long haul, small little variations in form might not make a difference in a week or 2 weeks, but over months or years could result in big difference. I want to say that like your body, this is getting into nutrition a little bit, but even 100 calories a day can translate into 10 or 12 pounds in a year, you know? So it's like small little things over the long run in terms of form and how you're doing it can definitely make a big difference.